All right, let's jump right into it. Welcome to this explainer where we're unpacking the massive shifts, the massive triumphs, and honestly, the brutal failures to finding the robotic space right now. We are pulling all of our insights directly from the incredibly comprehensive 2026 State of the Robotics Industry report. Now, if you've been following the industry at all, you know we're in a uniquely chaotic moment. And today, we are going to visually map out exactly where the hype ends and where reality actually begins.
You know, Brianna Westling absolutely hit the nail on the head with this quote. It brilliantly illustrates our central theme today, an industry caught in this intense tug-of-war between world-changing innovation and incredibly harsh economic realities. We really aren't just looking at a simple linear path of progress anymore. We are looking at a market that is aggressively correcting itself while simultaneously breaking entirely new technological boundaries.
So here's our roadmap for the explainer today. We'll start with the promise and volatility, move into the humanoid evolution, tackle physical AI and logistics, look at recent industry shakeups, and finally dive into what to expect in 2026.
Okay, let's kick things off with Section 1, the promise and volatility.
Let me tell you, 2025 was a bizarrely polarized year. It was a year where explosive growth and devastating closures happened literally at the exact same time. Just look at this contrast. On one hand, we've got million robot fleets being deployed and autonomous taxis aggressively expanding. But then, on the flip side of that exact same coin, we saw plunging sales, multiple rounds of mass layoffs, and Chapter 11 bankruptcies for legacy consumer brands we've known for years. It's an incredibly polarized landscape.
Moving right along to Section 2, the humanoid evolution.
Think about this. For decades, industrial robots were essentially caged to the factory floor, right? Well, now, we are witnessing a historic transition. We are moving from those fixed, single-task industrial arms to highly versatile bipedal humanoids. These new machines are being designed to eventually step out of those factory cages and walk straight into our living rooms. It's a total paradigm shift.
And hey, this isn't just some sci-fi concept anymore. Take Agility Robotics' Digit humanoid, for example. It is already putting in the real work. Digit has successfully moved over 100,000 totes for logistics giants like GXO Logistics, and it's currently being deployed at a Mercado Libre facility down in Texas. The humanoid form factor is officially being stress-tested in actual real-world supply chains.
But the really crazy part, the staggering financial backing behind all this. Figure AI saw its valuation climb to a jaw-dropping $39 billion. $39 billion. And it's not just strictly for industrial use anymore. 1X Technologies actually opened up orders for Neo, which is their household robot. And get this, they are expecting to ship those to U.S. consumer homes in 2026. I mean, this market is accelerating way faster than anyone anticipated.
All right, let's step into Section 3, physical AI and logistics.
So, what is the actual brain making all of this possible? Well, it's physical AI. For a long time, we were all focused on AI that generates text or images, but models like Google DeepMind's Gemini Robotics 1.5 are a total game changer. These are vision, language, action models. That means they literally take visual data and verbal instructions and turn them into direct physical motor commands. The robot can assess a complex task, map it out, and then physically do it. They basically think before they act.
And to really put that intelligence into perspective, just look at the sheer scale of deployment, 1 million. Amazon recently deployed its 1 millionth robot in a fulfillment center in Japan. Just wrap your head around that. When you remember that they bought Kiva Systems back in 2012 to kickstart this whole journey, hitting a global fleet of 1 million active robots is just an absolutely unmatched level of scaling.
But it's stretching way beyond just warehouses. Waymo's self-driving cars are rapidly taking over major city streets, and they've even added highway driving into the mix. But actually, it goes even further than that. Over at Johns Hopkins University, a robot trained purely on surgical videos successfully performed a phase of a gallbladder removal on its own. No human help at all. The applications for physical AI are just becoming incredibly diverse.
Which brings us to Section 4, industry shakeups and bankruptcies.
We have to talk about the sobering reality checks here because it is a corporate battlefield out there. Look at this table. You've got massive, multi-billion-dollar moves like SoftBank dropping over $5.3 billion for the ABB robotics division, happening right alongside Teradyne laying off 24% of its robotics staff, and of course, the tragic collapse of legacy pioneers like Rethink Robotics shutting down yet again. Like I said, it's a highly unforgiving market.
Just tracing the timeline of a household name like iRobot shows you how shockingly fast fortunes can change. After Amazon called off its acquisition bid in 2024, things spiraled. By August 2025, they reported having literally zero sources of additional capital. Just months later, they were forced into Chapter 11 restructuring with their Chinese creditors. When vital capital falls through in the space, it happens fast. And remember, even the biggest winners faced major hurdles this past year. Waymo, despite all of their massive expansion, actually had to issue 2 separate safety recalls in 2025. They were dealing with risks of collisions with roadway barriers, and you might have seen this on the news, highly publicized incidents of their advanced robotaxis illegally passing stop school buses. Scaling autonomous hardware in the chaotic real world is really hard.
All right, let's wrap things up with Section 5, what to expect in 2026.
So what are the experts predicting is right around the corner? Well, get ready for a massive surge in mobile manipulation. That's robots combining a moving base with agile arms. We're also going to see a widespread shift toward aware automation. Safety systems won't just be fixed cages. They'll be smart, real-time sensor networks. And what does this mean for us? Fundamentally, the human workforce isn't disappearing. We are going to evolve from manual laborers into robot operators and fleet managers.
I want you to think about this wild prediction from Chris Matthew. He's talking about machine-to-machine commerce. Imagine a fast-approaching world where your home robot autonomously realizes you're out of milk, dispatches an autonomous taxi, navigates the grocery store, and pays the self-checkout machine directly using digital currency. No human input at all. It's just wild to think about.
So as we digest this whole shebang, this incredible mix of world-changing promise and undeniable, brutal industry volatility, I want to leave you with this. The technology is no longer waiting in the wings, folks. It is actively reshaping the factory floor and the streets of our cities right now. So how will you adapt to thrive in the automated world of 2026?